Oh, do you know, I haven't even had all my thrusters on. I've only had my mining thrusters on.
I noticed that. I didn't say anything because I was keeping up. Hi all, and welcome back to some partners in...
Grind.
I want to say grime, but it's grind. There we go. I'll get this eventually. Yeah, so we're kind of where we left off in the last one in the same recording session. I'm still mining away on this uranium, this uranium. And Sal's got some silver that I have to go find in a minute, but she was talking about Boris.
I was just saying that a little while ago. Can't remember what we were doing, why we were doing it, but for some reason or other, we'd all been in TeamSpeak in a channel, and we'd been recording in TeamSpeak, and then everybody had moved out of the recording channel to go into the sort of the party channel, and Boris and I had just stayed there, and we were talking for so long that eventually Mia and Raven popped by to see what was going on. So I've spent time just chatting with Boris about random nonsense and things. We were actually talking about Mia.
Yeah.
Only nice things. But we've never actually played together. We've never sort of just gone out and done something. So we're going to do that this weekend. Boris hates mining. He thinks it's the most boring bit of the game. And I think it's just that he's never really had anybody show him the beauties of the universe.
There you go.
The best thing about mining is going out and exploring. You need a nice, fast little ship like this to hang on, switch off my drills instead of my thrusters. Nice little, fast little ships that you can get between lumps of rock really fast, and then just chase the glittery things. And then when you find something, it's a little bit of a thrill. And then the mining's quite relaxing, and you don't need to concentrate, so you can tell stories and things.
Yeah, well, it's like I find the same thing about in Minecraft when you go mining, right? Like it's just it's that you can just kind of zone out and just feel it, right? Or, I don't know, just like it's kind of zen.
Yeah.
you just go, lose track of time. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's the same in this game actually, unless of course your ship blows up, but.
Or you get shot by a passing mining hauler.
Mining hauler, yeah.
That you'd attempt to capture without telling your teammate.
Yeah, but we have the friendly rules on now. So if in the future if I find a derelict ship or station, then we have to split it.
Yeah. So now that I've got silver in my hold, you're interested in the friendly rules again.
Well, I thought that's what we'd agreed on in the last one.
I
but
can
I guess
straight through you.
Yeah. Well, when it's in my favor, then yeah, I'm all for it. And then, but if I come across something I don't want to share, then it's all off. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, well, when I first started playing on the Nidd, actually, I actually did a lot of kind of one-on-one collab stuff with Boris, actually. That's kind of how I got started with the whole thing. Did some group stuff in the very beginning, but then after that it kind of turned into the two of us just doing a whole bunch of things together. And it's been unbelievably awesome. Like, I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's been so fun. He's another one of those guys that has an amazing sense of humor. He can come up with, I don't know, comebacks and crazy ideas about stuff, and on the spot. He's very good at the whole, like, what's that called? Improv, yeah. It's just amazes me with how quick he is with his wit and all of that kind of stuff. But extremely level-headed as well, and just a great guy to talk to and do whatever with.
Which brings me on to another subject, actually, which by the time we put this video out it might be a bit late, but so I'll talk about this retrospectively, even though at the time of recording I'm talking about something that's about to happen in the future, but at the time of releasing this video it will be in the past. I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's been so fun. He's another one of those guys that has an amazing sense of humor. He can come up with, I don't know, comebacks and crazy ideas about stuff, and on the spot. He's very good at the whole, like, what's that called? Improv, yeah. It's just amazes me with how quick he is with his wit and all of that kind of stuff. But a long time ago, sometime in May, I think it was early May.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, indeed, in a calendar far, far away. I recorded an ode to Boris.
Ah, yes.
And I didn't release it for the longest of times, partly for timing reasons, because in our VCD series I'd gone on to talk about how, in fact, that was what it inspired me to start with, was just us chatting about, I told you about my Ode to series of episodes, and how I wished I'd done one to Boris, and if I did, I'd talk about how funny he was and how much he'd made me laugh and stuff. And it kept on bugging me and bugging me and bugging me, so I decided I'd do it. And so I'd started making that episode, and I got interrupted, which usually for my Ode to videos, I do them all in one sitting, and it's just whatever comes into my head comes out my mouth, and I just record straight, just complete end to end without any editing or anything. And it didn't quite work like that, because for one thing I was interrupted, and the other thing was it was Minecraft, and you've got to throw a bit of grind in there as well to actually do the things that you need to do. But partway through, it ended up being spread over a couple of days because of stuff. And then we had the 7 Days to Die recording, which I'm sure at the time that I released this video I still won't have, and I don't know if I ever will release my version of events on that, because it was quite a it was quite an emotional series. It was quite traumatic, because it was quite serious. It wasn't like one of our fun games. It was that element of keeping each other alive and stuff. So one of the important parts that nobody else was recording was actually the prelude as well. There was a particular point in the run-up to episode 1 where I died maybe 6, 7, 8 times, and I was terribly weak, and I had the choice between going ahead to certain safety or going back and finding Boris. And when I watched back over that video and I saw myself being torn over that decision, and looking down the road to certain safety, and then looking back into the woods, the burning woods where I'd lost Boris, and deciding to turn back for Boris, and it was like a strange moment where I realised that Boris actually meant quite a lot to me. Enough that I would go and rescue him in a zombie apocalypse. And then a lot of bad things happened. Now what I've decided to... I made an episode, I made the ode to Boris, and which I shared with Anubis before I even shared it with Boris. Because when I watched back, it was a bit intense. And so what I've since done is to actually slightly amend the original video that Anubis saw, but particularly regarding Lacarthian. So I've added an extra piece which is much later than the original bits of recordings that I'd made, because I took the time, watching it back, I took the time to explain my actions, but I didn't take the time to explain what had gone on with from Lacarthian's point of view. I didn't sort of put any defense of Lacarthian in there at all. So I've edited that to make it much more fair. Yeah. So just adds a couple of extra minutes to the video, but it feels better.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And so now, because that was one of the reasons why, there's a few reasons why I didn't release it straight away. One was the timing. So the timing was weird because it sort of didn't work well with what I've been saying in my VCD series, because when we were talking about odes to Boris and stuff like that was so long ago, but then I only released it sort of
right, yeah. The way that when you do the recording sessions, the way it works out,
yeah. So it was so the timing was bad, but the other thing was I just felt wrong about Lacarthian and what how I had portrayed him in that video was very unbalanced, I thought. So, and that had led to me not wanting to release it as well. But the other thing was the strength of the reaction that I got from the few people that I'd shared it with was more than I'd really expected. So I kind of needed to get used to that, because I'm not I'm okay at speaking my mind. I'm not so good at people responding to it. Yeah. I think actually what convinced me to go ahead and release it was partly some of the things that you were saying, because you felt that I should.
Yeah, I did. I still do. And the edits that you've made do sound good as well.
Yeah. So I haven't cut anything out. I've only added to it.
Okay.
I just sort of spliced a new bit into the middle that, say, just almost throws a caveat into it. I just start with like a break in the video where I just say that I'm about to get into something, and here's a bit more information you need.
Did you just a quick little break? Did you want to move on to a different asteroid, or are you still?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, no, I'm just mining ice, and let's go do that. And it's your turn for a story.
It's my turn for a story. All right. Well, now I'm on the spot. I don't know what I'm talking about now. Well, I guess we have to still finish going through the Nidd tubers, don't we?
Yeah.
Or the Nidd people in general.
Oh, there's something shiny.
What are you looking at? Okay, I'm lining myself up with you.
It's probably back towards, well, it's not towards your donut. It's just, actually, it's only just a red thing. Let's go see what it is. All right, race you.
I wonder who will win.
Well, I tell you what, let's stop off at this boulder on the way there. That's probably a good idea. I particularly like things that are sort of darker in colour. So NidTubers, yeah, tell me about some more of the NidTubers.
All right, who else do we have?
General Hatchet.
General Hatchet. I was trying to think of the name. Yeah, General Hatchet. He's one of those guys though that I haven't done a whole lot with. But every time I have done something with him, it's been really enjoyable. Right? Like it's easy to talk to. He's doing the Nidd podcast thing now.
Yeah.
Whoa, you just I flew right past you. We're going over here? Like we're...
Yeah, just head for something. I'm just sorting out my waste disposal. I need to fill it with more gravel.
Where did I just... Okay, I'm going to head over to whatever this is. I don't know if we've been here before or not. But yeah, he's doing that. And I was a guest, I guess, on that at one point for one of the episodes. And yeah, just a really easy guy to talk to. Yeah, really fun guy. And yeah, he's had difficulties playing the game well as well, so I think he's in the middle of trying to upgrade parts and things of that nature. I could be wrong on that, but definitely wants to play more of this, so I'm looking forward to trying to do a Nordic seems like he might be having trouble. Doing more stuff with him as well. I think I'd love to do a collab with him here in this server, and with everybody actually, but just to get to know him better, because I don't know him all that well yet. But,
I've not seen him on the server since I joined.
Yeah, we'll have to bug him to come on.
Yeah. Did I tell you that Boris sent me a link to the admin end of the website? He said, here's the link, click that, change your password, go fill in your profile. Good idea if you pick an avatar, because I'm going to use it on the website.
Ooh.
So I was looking at that today, because I thought, I still haven't done that thing. I'll get around to that thing, because there was sort of lots of other things going on all at the same time. As Boris was sending through stuff like we discussed sharing calendars and things, so I could see what was going on and when I was supposed to be releasing things, rather than just guessing. Because my tactic had been to produce what I thought was going to come out next, and then upload it to YouTube, and then just not schedule it but release it when I saw yours coming out.
That sounds like a lot of work.
So yeah, it wasn't ideal, but because yours, I haven't even had all my thrusters on. I've only had my mining thrusters on.
I noticed that. I didn't say anything because I was keeping up. I should have actually raced you that time.
Yeah. Let's put my main thrusters on just while I whiz around the outside of this asteroid.
Found a little bit more,
you found anything interesting?
There's some more silver here.
Okay.
That I've got. Little bit of it. Oh no, it might be more than it looks like actually. Yeah, actually I think it's just most of it's in the shadow, so I can't see it until I kind of maneuver around a bit, but it looks like there's quite a bit of silver on this. I don't know what else is here.
There's either iron or nickel on the inside. I'm not so keen on going on the inside of asteroids these days.
Well, yours is bigger than mine. That's actually one of the nice things about this little guy, is that he can just basically get in anywhere.
Yeah.
And he's also built to be a worm, right? Like I can go, if I wanted to, I can just literally go straight through to the other side. Which is why the cockpit is the way it is.
Oh, I was so pleased. I was thinking when Boris put out his video where he's comparing your ship with my ship.
Yeah.
Oh, I felt so smug. And I was thinking, I don't even care if the only reason why Boris is saying these things is just to troll Anubis.
And he was. Yeah. He was. I think it was a bit of both. I think he probably honestly did think your ship was better, and he wanted to troll me. Yeah. So who have we missed? I know we've missed some people. Dracul.
Oh yeah.
Dracul is. I actually did quite a bit of stuff with him in the beginning of my Nidd days. He seems to have, stopped being quite so interested in uploading videos at the moment. I don't know if that's, to stay or to change, but yeah, like we did quite a bit of stuff in the beginning. He's another guy that has a really great imagination, has a sense of humor that definitely turns your head sometimes, but it's hilarious. Yeah, like and just an all-around awesome guy once again. We did a whole bunch of stuff together. We did like some. He really liked the challenges where you would get like a time limit.
Yeah.
And you would build a ship, and then like within that time limit, and there was limits to, like, you could only have so many thrusters and so many gyros and so many this and that or whatever, right? And you had, I think it was like half an hour to build it. And we did like an episode where we built, and then we did an episode where we then took our ships out and, dogfight battle.
Right.
And, yeah, it was actually really fun. We had a lot of fun doing it. We did a couple of them, and even had some, like, later on, I think Nordic joined us for one of them. And it was the greatest thing ever where we were building, or Nordic actually designed and built a bunch of like P-52 style World War II fighter planes with some mods.
Yeah.
And then they built a giant Zeppelin that they sent off flying away, and then we had to come in. So there was the three of us in P-52s and attacking the Zeppelin, taking it down. And then, of course, once we took down the Zeppelin, we all turned on each other. So Yeah. But yeah, like Dracul really liked that kind of stuff, and we had a lot of fun doing it. It was great fun. And then he was also on the original whitelist for a while there too, before the lag just got so bad on there that he couldn't do anything anymore. He lives in a place where he doesn't really get very good internet access, so that was always a constraint for him. But yeah, he was always a lot of fun on there too. We did some role play stuff together. Like there was the whole abduction of Wheatley that happened, which I don't know if you know anything about, but
Oh, I don't know anything about that at all.
so that might be a fun story, but it'll have to be in the next episode.
Right, well, I think we should head back to your place and split the resources.
That's right.
And we will see you in a future episode of Partners in Grind.
Goodbye.
Bye.